I'm going to introduce myself to you because this is our first session today. And then you can tell me a little bit about yourself. Of course, I've already heard a few things about you from the introduction earlier about you being in Canada for 3 years and all that. So anyway, Johnny, hi, my name is Andre. I am 30 years old and I have been teaching students for 8 years at this point. I teach both math and English. And I mostly focus on English though. Besides that, I also live in Canada like you, and I graduated university with a degree in political science and psychology. Okay. Besides that, during my free time, I like to play sports, I like to travel, I like to play the guitar, and I like to read books, watch movies, read books, because everyone likes to do that, right? Well, watch movies at least. So about it for me, Johnny, can you please tell me a little bit about yourself? Things like what grade you are in, what do you like to do during your free time, what's your favorite subject at school?
I'm in grade 6. I like to play soccer.
Cool.
And my favorite subject in school is either math or science.
Okay. And you don't like English, right?
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay, that's good. That's good. Your English is very good. Have you been talking English for a long time, speaking it?
Yeah.
It seems that way because you have no accent at all. Like it's like you're a native English speaker. So that's good. Good stuff. All right. So here's what we are gonna do though. Here's what we are gonna do. We are going to do some writing today, like we talked about, okay? And we're gonna start with, I have a plan for us today. We're gonna start with persuasive writing. Okay? So let's begin. Let's begin. I'm going to share my screen with you and we're gonna talk. Me and you are gonna talk about this and see how this all makes sense. So, do you see my screen right now?
Yes.
All right, perfect, perfect. So there's going to be a lot more talking. We're not going to read a lot. I have a lot of reading content, but we're not going to do that. I also see that Diana joined. Can you hear me, Diana?
Yep.
Okay, great, great. So we already done introductions. And we've already used quite a lot of class time, but I don't know if there's going to be more students joining. So there's Ryan joining. So I'm going to wait for a little bit longer before I continue introducing, if I want to reintroduce everyone. Johnny already told about himself. And then we will start with the class. But since we have 3 students here right now, can anyone tell me, Diana, Ryan, or Johnny, we're going to talk about persuasive writing today. What is persuasive writing? Can anyone tell me that? And we're going to write notes. What is the purpose of it? Who can tell me that? Yes, Diana.
The purpose is to convince or persuade someone to agree with your point.
Exactly, yes. As the name suggests, persuasive writing is the general idea is convincing the audience of your perspective. That's correct. Okay, now moving further, does anyone else have any other ideas of what persuasive writing could be? Anything to add based on that? Any ideas you may have? Johnny, Ryan? By the way, Ryan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so do you have any idea of what it could be? Persuasive writing here. It's basically convincing. There's not much to talk about. Convincing the audience. Now, let's talk about the types of audiences you may have, because the keyword here is audience, right? So imagine, here's a question for everyone. Do you think the way you convince the people you are writing to needs to be different based on the audience you are talking to? Would you have to change your writing up based on the audience? Who thinks they know the answer? Okay, so no one knows the answer for that. And okay, how about I'll ask you this. Let's for example say I'm convincing the school cafeteria to have more healthy food, right? The school cafeteria, more healthy food. Who would my audience be for that?
Students.
Cafeteria.
The cafeteria. Okay, maybe they're part of it. That's true, the cafeteria. So let's use this example. Let me write this down. So cafeteria, and we're gonna say healthier food. Okay, and someone said students. Students are not the decision makers. We're not convincing the students to be the ones to eat the food, right? That would be more about why you should eat healthier food. That would be more about the students. Here we're talking to, someone mentioned cafeteria. That's not a bad suggestion, but there's more to it. Cafeteria staff, we're gonna say, the people who work there. Who else might you write to? Who else would it be writing to besides the cafeteria
Principal.
staff? Yeah, good. The people in charge, right? The people in charge. People in charge, principal. The school board as well. So all those people would be your audience for the letter. So, but probably you would want to focus on the school board, which is including the principal, because they'll bring it to the principal's attention through the school board. Okay, so that's audience, that's persuasive writing. You would convince. Let's keep going. So, what is the 3 types of paragraphs in a typical essay? Who can tell me? What are the 3 types of paragraphs that a typical essay consists of? Yes, Johnny.
Introduction paragraph, a body paragraph, and a conclusion paragraph.
Yes. Good. That's correct. Good job on that. Now I want to ask you, who can tell me how many body paragraphs is the right amount to have for a solid persuasive essay? Sure. Johnny, you can just tell me. You don't have to raise your hand. You can just say it.
3.
3 reasons. You want to have 3 reasons. Three main reasons. Okay, that's right. And let's go a little bit further into these conclusions and introductions and body paragraphs. So we're going to go to the intro in a second. We're going to come back to the intro. But first, let's go on this body paragraph here. All right, the 3 body paragraphs. What do they consist of? So I'm gonna make a point, right? I'm gonna make an additional dash here, and tell me, what does the body paragraph consist of? So you have 3 main reasons. Like, what is inside of that body paragraph to elaborate on that 3 main reasons?
Reasons you choose it.
The reason you chose it, you have to be a little more clear on that. That's not exactly it. I'm not sure. The reason you chose it, you can't really say I chose this because I want everyone to be healthier. That's part of it, but it's not what you're going to be talking about in the body paragraph. Any other ideas? Okay. I'll ask you one more time and I'll rephrase the question a bit. You can think about it. So imagine you have 1 reason. So you wrote your intro and you're starting your first reason, your first body paragraph. What are you going to have inside of that body paragraph to make it sound strong, to make it sound convincing, to make it have its purpose?
The 3 reasons.
No. body paragraphs is one reason, right? We have 3 body paragraphs, 1 reason each. That's the plan. So 1 body paragraph per reason. I'll tell you, it's okay. I'll tell you, you don't have to know this. That's why you're here. You want to know. So a strong body paragraph always has examples, okay? Examples that the audience can relate to. That is key, okay? Having things the audience can relate to. For example, like I'm saying an example right now, you're talking about healthy food. You're going to say, okay, our school is not really serving healthy food. There's a lot of calories in the food we serve. While this school, Eastbrook Public School, whatever it's called, doesn't matter, right? For the sake of the example, has a lot more healthier students because we can see that they perform well in sports. Something like that. You connect it in your own way, but it has to have evidence, right? So you provide examples, and I just told you the next one. You support those examples with evidence, okay? So we're going to make a subpoint. Support the examples with evidence. That's very important for a body paragraph. Okay, and there's one more thing that is also important to do. So you presented your reason, you provided your examples, you supported the examples with evidence. How do you think you want to finish all of that process? What do you think is the last part of that body paragraph? What would it be? Because you can't just say the evidence, right? And then just stop writing. You can't really do that. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't leave the reader really convinced. It just feels like a statistic. I want you to at least try to guess. There's no wrong answers here, right? You're not at school. So at least try to guess and see if you can get it right. Diana, Ryan, Johnny. Think of like anything. How would you end it?
You wrap it up.
You wrap it up. Yes, that's right. You wrap it up. How do you wrap it up?
You kind of restate your points in a nutshell, and you put something really memorable in there so the reader remembers your writing.
Memorable, yeah, sure. If you can do that, definitely. So yes, exactly. You are restating your points in relation to the overall argument, okay? What you said, but there's a key to it. You explain. I'm going to put this in bold. Explain the significance. That is crucial. So what do I mean by explaining the significance? You're kind of like appealing to the emotional part of the reader, and you're saying that given this process, we are able to, this decrease in calories will help the students perform better in A, B, and C, allowing for a more serious school attitude or a healthier school attitude, whatever you want to end it with, but it has to relate to your main argument. But yes, what you said. So significance, why is it important? Why are these examples important? What you just said. That's it. So you can write this down. I'm not going to capitalize that. Why are these examples important? That's a question your audience may ask you. So that's what you got to know. Okay. It's coming along good. Does anyone have any questions? Did I miss something? Do you think I missed something? If I did, you can let me know. Do you have any questions about this body paragraph? So this structure is applied to all 3 body paragraphs. Same one, just different reasons. If no questions, we're going to move on. Okay, next question coming up. What goes into the introduction? Let's go over that. What's in the introduction?
You start your you start your like your essay and then like introduce what you're going to talk about.
You start your essay, of course. That's how you do. Yeah, you're introducing what you're talking about. Good. Introduce what you talk about, just as the name suggests. Introduce what your topic is. And anything else? I don't want to type anymore. There's a lot more. Introductions are the hardest part of the essay, to be honest, for most students, because there is a lot. Yes, Ryan.
Give some fun facts about it.
That's good. There you go. For persuasive writing, though, that's not necessarily the best approach, but for informative writing and engaging writing, getting your reader hooked with fun facts is effective. That is great, but not for persuasive writing, because for persuasive writing, you want to be, I guess it depends on your audience. Again, depends on your audience. So let's add that in. Introduce your topic, and I'm going to add in grab the reader's attention. Okay, and I'm going to put fun facts in brackets, because that you can do that. You can do that, like say something like catch them off guard right away with something interesting. Any more input? What else is in the introduction that can make it effective? Yes, Johnny.
You can ask questions.
You mean in your introduction, ask questions?
Yeah, like as a hook.
As a hook. Well, okay, as a hook to ask a question. So yeah, have you ever felt like the students at your school need to jump higher, for example? Yeah, okay, something like that. Yeah, sure. Ask a question as a hook, sure. But there's one more way that I doubt any of you actually use, because it's a very formal way. It's a very formal way of introducing a topic. If I'll give you a second, maybe someone may know. How would you easily ease the reader into this idea, this introduction of this topic, without any hooks, just the traditional way?
A thesis statement?
That's in it, but that's not in the beginning. It's never in the beginning. That's later on, but you're right, that's in the introduction. We can add that in, thesis. I'll tell you, yeah, this one is very traditional, so it's very standard. What you do is you start off broad. You start off with the general picture, okay? So for example, a broad, big picture sentence about the historic significance of your topic. What do I mean by that? Let's talk about health, right? Our essay is going to be about health. That's what we chose, the food. So what we're going to say is, for example, health is a primary factor of human development and has been important to people of all ages throughout history. I know that is very like broad, right? But then you got your reader's attention. Your essay is going to focus on health. Students, and then you follow up by saying like students spend the majority of their time at school, and managing their health is vital. Food, and then dot. I'm not going to write anymore, but you get the point, right? Does everyone make sense for it? Anyone have any questions about that? That is the traditional way. You start off very back, give general idea, and you close in on your topic. So in 3 sentences, right? I have this first sentence here. I have this second sentence. So I start off by talking about health, and I talk about students. I narrow down, and now I'm talking about food in schools. So in 3 sentences, I closed in on my topic, while at the same time acknowledging its significance in the big picture. Okay, so that's it for that. We have a thesis in there as well. Sure. And after the thesis, transitional sentence to the essay, to the body paragraph, we'll call it. All right, that's it. That's it. So we have that. We all got that out of the way. So, am I missing anything? Does anyone have anything else to add regarding this? Because after this, we're just moving to the conclusion and we're done. There's the conclusion left over after that. Okay, so conclusion. I'm not going to do this. Conclusion. What is part of the conclusion? This is the easiest part, so don't overthink it. But I want you guys to tell me. I'm not going to tell you.
You restate your reasons and then summarize it. And
restate. Yep.
And then finish it off.
Briefly and summarize your points, and as someone mentioned earlier, provide a thought-provoking finish. Something like the last sentence should be thought-provoking, you know, like going into the future, you know, like, should we really do this kind of thing? And then you're good. And then you're good just like that, okay? So that's your 3 main building blocks of a persuasive paper right there. If no one has any questions, we're going to continue. If you have questions, now is the time to ask. Okay, we don't have questions. Okay, so here we're gonna actually have time to play a little game. Let me find it here, and we're gonna practice. So this is something that, okay, perfect. Who can tell me, who's ever heard of the words ethos, pathos, and logos? So I'm gonna write them down again. Ethos, pathos, logos. No one heard of those? Okay. Okay. I will tell you what it is. Ethos, they're all part of writing, okay? Of persuasive writing, what I mean. And they're all specific ways of how you relate to your audience, how you talk to them. So ethos is a reference to character. It makes your argument stronger. So you reference your character and it makes your argument stronger. So a reference to character. Pathos is emotion. Emotion, only in the reader's emotion. And a logos is logic. So reason, statistics, right? Direct logical reasoning. Emotion, pathos, is something that you will just be very artistic and try to connect something very sad, very happy. You're painting a picture with words. And that is going to be using to persuade your reader with emotion. And ethos is using character, someone's character, to build up, to make themselves sound smarter or more believable. So for example, let's say you're talking about mental health and you say, as a psychologist with over 10 years of experience, I believe that this is true. That's ethos. Okay, you're using your character to make your point stronger or to have the audience relate to you, to believe in you. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna have an exercise and we're gonna try to find, before we do that, any questions? Okay, if no questions, put a thumbs up in the chat or in the box so I know you're good. Okay, Johnny, are you good? Just give me a thumbs up on your screen, Johnny. And Diane, I don't see your thumbs up yet, so I don't know. Okay. Okay, Dana raised her hand. Okay, she got it. Okay. All right, so I'm resharing my screen now. We're gonna go to this. Okay. And here's what we're gonna do. You're both going to read, all 3 of you are going to read. I'm gonna grab some water, so I'll be back in like 1 minute. And when you're finished reading this, you're gonna tell me, and Ryan's camera turned, oh, that's a class. Someone's camera is on right now. Yep, just making sure. Okay, and for this one, you're looking for pathos. Remember, pathos is emotion, all right? Emotion. So look at these two, read two of these choices. Which one is more emotional, A or B? I'll be back in 1 minute, and you're gonna tell me. I'm gonna ask all three of you, and you can pick your answer. So I will be back in 1 minute. All right, just like that, we're back. So let's see. All right. And as suggested, let's have everyone turn on their cameras. Yeah, so Diana, Ryan, please turn on your cameras. Okay, there's Ryan. I can't see Dan, I just see the ceiling. Ryan is jumping up and down. Okay. All right. So let's find out what the answer is. Who can tell me what? Let's start with whoever wants to go first, raise your hand, or I'm going to just start with Johnny. If anyone knows for sure. Okay, Johnny, what do you think?
I think the first one.
Okay, so Johnny thinks it's A. Okay. Ryan, what do you think?
Because
All right, I'm just gonna go through everyone and then we'll talk about it. So Ryan, what do you think?
Same. I would go with the first one.
And Diana, what do you think?
I think the second one.
Okay, so we have a split now. Why do you think is the first one, Johnny? What is your reason for that?
Because it talks about like the dangerous traditions, and then it's more emotional than the second one.
Why? But you can't just say it's more emotional. There needs to be a reason specific, right? You need to find specific words. But this is the first one you guys are doing, so don't worry. You don't have to know this right away. Okay. I'm gonna go, unless Ryan, do you have a reason, or Diana, do you have a reason for picking yours?
Because it's more emotional by like having a more like a meaner way of tradition in like the Spain, and has like a lot of injuries.
Yes. Okay. And Diana, what is the reason, if you have one, for picking number 2?
It uses the personal pronoun we, and also it just, I don't really know how to describe it, sorry.
That's okay. She is right on the personal pronoun though. It's making a direct appeal to the audience. We cannot, right? That usually is a sign of emotion. Emotional appeal. When you try to directly relate to. So each year Americans go to the hospital for injuries related to Independence Day fireworks. Yet we continue to indulge in these dangerous activities. So dangerous activities is a key emotional reference because it's very vague, but it's also very emotional. Dangerous activities, right? It doesn't tell you, it doesn't just call them lighting fireworks, because that doesn't even sound that bad. Dangerous activities sounds bad. So they use that. So it would be number 2 for this one, actually. Okay. So look out for that. The way you represent the activity or whatever it is, the point of interest is crucial in referencing through pathos. Johnny, Ryan, do you have any questions about that? No? Okay. All right. We're gonna do like 2, 3 more, and then we'll switch it up. We'll go back to something else. I think we're gonna start deciding on what you're going to write for your homework. Okay. Give this a read. Actually, how about let's have someone read it. Johnny, read the first one, please.
We do not ask celebrities for legal advice or medical advice because we know that they don't have the training or experience of lawyers and doctors. By the same logic, we should not expect celebrities to have the expertise of professional politicians.
Okay, that word, this word here, the EX, it's pronounced expertise. Expertise.
Oh.
It's okay, I'm just pointing out. No, it's all right. Does anyone know what expertise means? Expertise means like experience, like having strong skill at something. That's what it would mean, expertise. Okay, thank you for reading that, Johnny. Ryan, please read the second one.
As an elected official who has spent her entire career studying the issues, I am disconcerted by the fact that celebrities can garner support for their political beliefs merely because of their name recognition.
Wow, very good reading. Good job. Seriously, these are hard words. Good stuff. So the last word is recognition, though. Okay, recognition means like recognizing someone, yeah. Because of their name recognition, it means their name is known. Their name is recognized. That's what it means. Okay. What is the answer for ethos? What's ethos again? Who can tell me what's ethos? Who remembers that?
Emotion.
Pathos is emotion. We just did pathos.
The supporting the character.
Good job, Johnny. Yes, it's character. Character. So using your character to promote your idea, promote your yeah, you get it. What is the answer here? I'll give you a second to think about it, all 3 of you, and then I'm gonna go from Diana, then Ryan, then Johnny, because I want to go from bottom up this time. Okay. Are you ready, Diana, to answer? Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think it's the first one.
Okay, the first one. Why do you think it's the first one?
Because it has like kind of more depth to the point.
Okay. Do you remember what ethos is, though? Do you remember ethos?
Is it logic?
No, that's logos. Johnny just said it. Johnny, what's ethos again? Remind us.
Character?
Character, yes, character. Okay, so that's what you're looking for.
Oh wait,
Ryan,
it's the second one.
Okay, Ryan, what do you think it is? What do you think?
I think it's the first one because it has more like legal advice and it has like more experience of like lawyers and doctors, so they will have like maybe the same logic for the experience.
Okay. That is not bad reasoning. There is a lot of different examples. We have lawyers, we have doctors, we have that. What about Johnny? What do you think?
I also think the first one, because it makes more sense and more straightforward. You can understand it right away, like about the ethos part.
Okay, so here's what we're going to talk about now. The answer for this one is the second one. Okay, and I'll tell you why. So don't look at the arguments about what's stronger and what's not stronger. Okay, we're looking at the technique behind the argument. That's the key here. Not the strength of the argument itself, but the technique behind it. The technique behind it is that this starts right away as an elected official who has spent her entire career studying the issues. Do you see that? They're using their status of being an elected official, having an entire career behind them, to talk about their point. Celebrities can garner support for their political beliefs. That is the status they establish. They start off talking about it right away. That's what makes it a strong ethos argument. This one talks about we. So it's kind of just talking to the audience without any character. Character is established through the brand, right? Through whoever is talking. Does that make sense, Johnny and Ryan? You're going to get it next time? All right. All right, because we got like one more. We're going to do like one more. Oh, maybe it's going to be logo. So like I said, it's the second one. As an elected official is the keyword. It's an official talking. All right. We're back to ethos. Perfect. Diana, read the first one, please, for us.
As a parent, I've seen my child suffer both emotional and physical consequences of having too much homework.
Okay, and I'll read the second one. Some students eventually become so overburdened by their homework that they suffer devastating nervous breakdowns from which they may never fully recover. So, ethos. Which one is ethos? Starting with Ryan. If you need more time, you can ask for more time. It's not a rush.
I will choose the second one because for the first one, it's like I, and it's not for the character. And also the question is like for the students, so I will choose the second one.
Okay, but remember, what is ethos, Ryan? What is ethos? We just talked about this.
Characters.
Which one is the one that's putting the character at the front and center? Read them to yourself again. It's okay. Read them to yourself again and tell me. I'll come back to you. Tell me which one is putting the character as the main argument in the front and center of their argument, using the character as the front and center of their argument. Yes, Diana, you have a question?
I'd say the first one because it says as a parent. So that's the character.
Yeah, that gives it away. That's right. That's right. Johnny, are you paying attention?
Yeah.
What do you think? I kind of already said the answer, but yeah.
The first one, because it's set as a parent and it supports the character.
That's the giveaway. That's the giveaway right there. As a parent, right? As an elected official, right? They both started with the same one. You can kind of read that first part and they see where it's going. They're using their status to get their point across. That is ethos. All right, Ryan, do you get it now? Do you think you're good on this? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Or just tell me, okay. Okay, good. All right, so we're gonna go with the first one and we're gonna stop on that. All right, we're gonna go back to the Word document. We didn't get to logos yet. Wait, is this one logos? Hold on. Maybe this one's logos. All right, still ethos. All right, hold on. Still ethos. I just want to see a logos one. Okay, this is logos. I'm just gonna explain it. You don't have to answer it. So throughout my career as a management consultant, I have always advised my clients to remain positive, especially during stressful periods. This one is ethos. again, as you can see, because it's using management consultant career. Though some may dismiss optimism as naive, studies have shown that positive thinking is an integral part of stress management. Okay, so this one is going to be the answer. And you know why? Because it says studies. Studies have shown. Anything to do with statistics, anything that logically connects and backs it up with evidence is logos. Okay, logic, logos as the connection there. You're using studies, numbers, data to represent your point, make it stronger. So that's it. That's it for that. Any questions about that? Okay. All right. Let's go to homework. So homework today. Let's go to sharing the screen here. Hold on. All right. There we are. All right, we're going to skip all this and we're going to write homework. All right. So your job now for the next couple minutes. Think of a topic that you want to persuade your audience to agree with you on. And think of 3. Okay, and then we're going to say, who is your audience going to be? And think of three reasons that will support your main argument. That's it. That's what you're going to be doing for the next couple minutes here. If you have questions, ask me. If you can't think of a topic, you should think of a topic within like 3 minutes. If you can't think of a topic, ask me as well. In about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I'm going to ask you what topic you picked. So go ahead. All right. So who has finished picking their topic? Who can tell me? What is their topic going to be?
I got my topic.
Okay. What is it? What'd you get?
Why zoos should not exist?
Why Zeus?
Why should zoos
Okay, spell that. Why should, and what's that word? What's the word after should?
not exist?
No, what's the word after? What's the main? I don't know what the subject is. Like, why should? What is it?
Oh,
Spell
it's
it.
ZOOS, zoo. Why should zoos?
Oh, okay, zoos. Okay, yeah, good topic. Why zoos should not exist. Zoos should not exist. Okay, got it. Okay. And Ryan, do you have a topic? Have you picked one yet?
I made a topic that's not kind of good.
That's okay. You can still tell me what it is.
Why Ronaldo is better than Messi?
Okay, that's soccer. That's a soccer topic. Okay, sure. I mean, you're gonna have to provide reasons. There's no wrong answers. Why Ronaldo is better than Messi. Okay. So those are going to be arguments. You're gonna have to back those up with arguments, okay? So, Johnny, what did you have for your 3 main points? Can you tell me if you have any 3 main points yet?
Number one, the animals should get freedom.
I couldn't hear you, sorry.
The animals should get freedom, like they should be free.
Animals should be free. That's a little bit not strong. Because I guess we'll keep it. No problem. But you have to provide examples. That's for you to do. Okay, examples. Okay, and what else? What else, Johnny?
Like
It's okay if you don't have them all. It's okay. It's not a rush. Don't worry. You barely had any time, so animals should be free. Think of some reasons for that. I'll give you some reasons, right? So animals should be free. You can say animals.
they should not be locking in cages. They should like move around like.
Animals thrive in wilderness, right? They need to live their full potential, live life to their full potential, right? Explore, right? They should be in their natural habitats. That's the key for that. That's kind of what you're saying. Okay, so that would be like subpoints. That's your main like subpoints to include for animals should be free. Does that make sense to you, Johnny? What I said?
Yes.
Or not really? Okay. Okay. Good. So we have that. And Ryan, do you have any extra points you're going to add?
Because Ronaldo scored more goals than Messi.
You're gonna have to say something more like specific, right? So you want to say he's a better goal scorer. The better goal scorer than Messi, right? And you have to explain why, right? So we're gonna say better goal scorer.
Because he made more goals.
Because okay, has more goals, and what else?
He carried the Portugal team.
But you're focusing on goals, right? So how does he score? Think about this, Ryan. How does he score those goals? What does he do?
He has a better leg muscle to score more goals.
Okay. Has better leg movement, allowing him to score or more goals. Okay, so that's how you plan out that. But these are just one body paragraphs. Okay, this is one body paragraph each for both of you. So you're gonna have to think of more points. Anyway, you got the idea. I hope you enjoyed the class. We're gonna finish on that note. So have a great day or evening, wherever you are, and hopefully I'll see you later. Okay? If you don't have any questions for me, you are good to go. So give me a wave and say bye, and you're free to go. Okay, bye Johnny, bye Ryan.